Well, good day, folks. Welcome to Thursday, day before Friday. We're almost there again. So, today being Thursday, it's Thankful Thursday, that great open tag from Singing Toad up here in the Great White North. So, I got a few things to be thankful for today. Now, we should have things to be thankful for every day, but specifically in regards to the knife community, I've got a few things to be thankful for. And the first is a couple letters I received with some channel stickers. And what better day to receive a particular set of stickers than on Thankful Thursday, originated by the one and only Singing Toad. So Mr. Toad sent me a couple of his channel stickers, along with this cute little, you see that? Oh, have you heard the singing toad, the toad that sings down by the road? I haven't heard the singing toad. I guess he sang too close to the road. From one of my heroes in life, Red Green, the man who made the famous quote, "If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy." And we all know I like to be handy. Wait, maybe that means I'm not very handsome then. Heck with that. Anyway, so thank you very much, Mr. Toad, for sending me those stickers and that little red green saying. And of course, it also came with a handwritten note, as is the theme for this community, and with some extremely encouraging words. So I greatly appreciate that. I also received another set of stickers today from the one and only Mickey at Hillbilly Ridge Outdoors. That's a pretty cool. It looks like four old cowboys out in the dry desert plains having themselves a coffee and waiting on supper to finish cooking. So Mickey does some really great content. He does knives. He does some bushcrafting style stuff. He does some really good baking and cooking recipes. He had a good one the other day for macaroni and cheese. So you can get a little bit of everything over at Mickey's channel, and it's all good stuff. So definitely go check him out. The other thing I'm thankful for today is that yesterday I hit the 400 subscriber mark. So I got 400 people to be very thankful to and thankful for. So I'd like to thank you all very much for supporting me in this journey and continuing to check in on my videos and comment on the videos. And I've gotten to know some pretty cool people just through the comment section. So I'd like to thank you all very much for your continued support, and hopefully we'll keep growing and I can get beyond 400 online friends. That'd be pretty neat. Now, you'll also notice I've got another sticker sitting out here, and that is for Mike over at Make Cutlery Great Again. Now, I don't know if you saw it. Hopefully you did. Mike did a video the other day where he showed a canoe that I had sent to him. He had a buck knife with a particular handle material, and I just happened to have a canoe that was the same handle material, so of the same line. So I reached out and I said, "Would you like the canoe to match your other knife?" And he said, "Sure." So I sent the canoe down to him. And today in the mail, I got a knife that he sent back to me. And it's a pretty neat knife. And it's one that I've often looked at, style of knife, but haven't come across one, and other than eBay, and that's just a disturbing place to hang out. But he sent me one of those knives, and that is a Linesman or Electricians knife. And this particular knife was made by Camco. So I did a little research, and Camco is a subdivision or an alternate brand under the umbrella of the Camillus Company. And I believe it was 1948 that the Camillus line was introduced. And they did a lot of, they did a lot of good knives, including this one, but they also did a lot of the, I guess, the more branded or collectible knives in the under the Camillus envelope or under the Camillus umbrella. It would be like I think they did a Dick Tracy knife and a Lone Ranger knife and things like that. So kind of the more collector knives, or maybe something that would appeal to the kids and the younger folks. But this particular one is their lineman's knife. Now, Camillus also made a Camillus version of the lineman's knife, which was pretty much the same design from what I can see. The Camco one was also issued to the military. And reading a lot of forum posts and whatnot today, I saw a lot of fellas commenting that, I carried that during the Vietnam War, or all the people in this subgroup were issued those in the war, or in the Vietnam War, or in the military subsequent to the war. Those would typically have a stamp on the handle cover here, TL-29. So in doing further research, I happened to see a video pop up by some guy with a channel called Knife Delights, I think. Now, I don't know if you know who he is, but of course y'all know who Tom is. So I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised that if I researched something, the first video that would pop up would be one of Tom's videos, because Tom's got a little bit of just about everything. So it was a good video on him doing a cleanup on one that he had found earlier this year. So hopefully I'll remember, and I'll link that in the description below. But to get into this knife, it has a spear point main blade, and this thing has a very firm pull. I mean, I don't need the nail nick to pull that, but it has a firm pull, because this thing is a workhorse. It was built to work hard and built to last. It has a half stop. If we look here, we can see the Camco tank stamp, and below that is USA. And then on the reverse side is the model number 229. And has a very nice snap on the open. Very strong spring. So like I say, this thing was meant to work. The overall length will be, not including the bail, is 6.5 inches. Your blade length on the main blade is a little better than 2.25 inches. Your cutting edge is right about 2.5 inches. Really nice snap on the close. Nice strong spring in these. And then your secondary blade is, again with a half stop, is a screwdriver and a wire stripper. And then this edge is sharpened. And if I remember my reading right, it was for scraping insulation. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that's what it said, scraping insulation. And this one comes with a liner lock. And the reason for that, I would assume, is because this is a blade you're going to be twisting on screws with, and you don't want it to close on your fingers while you're twisting, particularly since that edge is sharpened. Overall length with the secondary blade is 6.5 inches. The blade itself, or the tool, is about 2.75, maybe a little better. Now your cutting edge actually starts right about here, just beyond the stripper, and doesn't go all the way to the point, because you wouldn't want it sharpened and thin at the point if you're going to be twisting on screws with it. So your cutting edge is actually about 2 inches. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that it gets thicker to the point. So up here is not sharp, but down here is. And to test the sharpness, of course, we all know I'm going to pull out my Post-it notes. Fairly sharp. You wouldn't need that to be like hair splitting sharp, because It's only going to be used as a scraping tool. And then your main blade, your fresh is nice and sharp. And we all know I suck at cutting paper on camera. But overall, I think it's pretty neat. Now, I did find some ad material posted in one of the knife forums that I will be sticking in here as an insert for you to look at. So to date the knife, I don't know. The ad that I found has a slightly different version. And if you watch Tom's video, he points that out too. He had several versions of the knife. He had two of the military knife with the TL29 etched into the cover. But you'll notice this one has 2 pins. Now, if you're looking at the insert I put up right now, you'll notice that it has a 3rd pin up here in this general area. And the military ones that Tom had an additional pin back around here, and also the bail was inset further into the handle and had a larger bail. And I'm just assuming that's because in making it, they knew they were making it for the military, and the military was going to put it through its paces. It was going to take a beating in their hands because they were really going to put it to work. So they probably made that one a little bit tougher, more durable. So I think the ad I found dates back to probably the 50s. And I believe Tom in his video indicated that the 3-pin version was probably older than the 2-pin version. But I didn't find anything to indicate kind of when that pattern change occurred. But I'm going to assume this is a knife that's probably older than I am. So I'll give it at least that. So into the 50s or 60s at some point. But just a really, really cool knife. And that's a knife you could carry and put to use. You wouldn't have to be an electrician or a lineman to get some use out of the blade and certainly the screwdriver tool. So pretty neat. So thank you very much, Mike. I'm quite pleased with this, quite impressed with it. And there we have it. So the Camco 229 Electricians or Lineman's Knife. Pretty cool knife to have. Great addition to the collection. Anyways, folks, we're going to leave it there. So once again, thank you to the Singing Toad, and thank you to Mickey over at Hillbilly Ridge Outdoors, and thank you to Mike for sending me a great knife. And Mike and I have some pretty good chats on Instagram and stuff. He's a pretty cool dude. And of course, thank you to the 400 of you that have decided to join me on this little knife and everyday carry gear journey. And I hope I can keep entertaining you and bring you content that you enjoy and appreciate. Y'all take care.